The electrics themselves, while not actually being quick release, are relatively easy release on a one block setting, which is shaped so it can only go on one way. Everything connects up, plug it in, so it's relatively quick detach. Just occasionally though, the connectors on the inside don't fit in as well as possibly they should. Use that back a bit. It's not easy to see in there. For quite a few hours when we first built the bike, we couldn't get it to spark. It wasn't until we stripped the connector block out we realised that a wire had actually broken. So that's a disadvantage for it, but the main advantage is that it does just clip straight on. Naturally, it would be quite disastrous if this cable popped out during a ride, so it's bent over and a small tag holds it in place. Again, it does make it rather fiddly to remove. It does actually come out. The whole carburetor comes off quite neatly. It's a Bing carburetor because the Can-Am bought a complete engine unit, complete with electrics and carburetor, from Rotax in Austria, and they made a frame around that. Bing carburetors, robust, reliable, relatively easy to work on, so long as you can get them out from the frame. My Bultaco Trials bike, my 325 I had some years ago, it had a Bing carburetor on, and that was perfectly easy to work on because it was a lot more accessible than it is on a Can-Am.
Yeah.
come out, which will be oil everywhere in a minute too. As there's still oil in the frame, a little bit of oil feed tube, M6 bolt in the end. That stops the oil coming out. Next. The Rotax engine in most of the bikes that use the Rotax engine, such as SWM, Gory, early Aprilias, I think, although Aprilias might have made their own engines, I'm not entirely sure on that one. And certainly the Can-Am, the swing arm spindle goes right away through the back of the engine and ties everything together. So in order to get the engine out, we have to take the swing arm out. Mounted inside the frame tube. There's distance pieces, top hat distance pieces, and it goes onto silent block bushes on the inside. Again, if you keep the spindle well lubricated, it should virtually push out or knock out by hand.
Easy.
For anybody who remembers the strip down of our original project over a year ago and saw one or two photographs of me heating, lubricating and otherwise persuading with large heavy hammers to get the original swing and arm spindle out, which was securely held by the effects of rust and corrosion and seized grease. Originally well cleaned up. This is a different swing and arm, a different spindle, of course, because we virtually had to destroy the other one to get it out. So this one is a second-hand one, but it's a very good one. So it's nicely clean, and that is the swing and arm out. We can now move on to getting the engine out, which won't take many minutes. Curse and swear at. The whole bike, the whole engine should lift out from this side. It may have to be a bit of a tweak and a lift and a jiggle, but I'm reliably informed if I lift the front up, then it will just come out relatively easily. It should be, because I've actually done it before when we changed an engine some time ago. However, it did take a bit of doing. You don't actually have to have the engine and the frame upright. Feel free to manipulate the frame around to wherever is comfortable, whether it'll be easier for you to lift the engine out. Thank goodness I go out like that. Good look. Just occasionally, some of the problems with rubber mountings. When we're taking the exhaust pipe out, there was a bit of a some kind of corrosion or something. The nut didn't come off easily and it tore out the rubber mount. It must actually have been ready to go itself, because normally these rubber mountings take quite a bit of torque before they will rip apart. The advantage is they're not that expensive to put back together. Pop down to a DIY superstore and pick up one or two for a few quid. Alright, final bit is the steering stem fork crown. So we'll get that down to a more workable height. That's fine, keeps everything in one place. I know where everything is, and it should be relatively easy to assemble with the addition of my little notes there.